So, as of late, there are rumors circulating around the next iPhone in the SE lineup, the SE4, but one thing that caught my attention was the removal of the home button I saw. Note that this, the SE lineup, was the last type of iPhone to provide users with the home button. So taking it away now, while it somewhat makes sense, is a bit surprising and also disappointing in my eyes. Yes, I know that it was inevitable in the end as designs age, but they must change, hopefully for the better. For example, the first iPhone SE, released in 2016, with a lineup identical to the iPhone 5, while the flagship sold at the time was the iPhone 7. Basically, Apple takes their design from a few years back, slaps a new chip inside, changes the name, and calls it a day. The iPhone SE2 clearly took from the iPhone 8's design, put the A13 Bionic chip inside, and moved the logo to the dead center. The iPhone SE3 had even less change, being just the 2 with the A15 and supporting 5G networking. Since I got a bit off track there explaining the history of the SE lineup, I want to explain that this is the end of an era, being that the SE3, released in 2022, was the last iPhone to be sold with the home button, as it has been discontinued, with the next up in the lineup lacking the home button. The moment the SE2 and the SE3 have their software support cut is the moment that the home button and Touch ID for iPhones is officially made a thing of the past and outdated, even for Apple standards. The reason why I'm covering this topic is because there is a small community of people who cherish the home button, including me, that will be left behind in terms of support and forced to move on. Not that this is terrible or as dramatic as I make it sound, but it does mark the end of an era, as most users clinging onto their home button equipped iPhones will move on to the, for better or for worse, more uniform design with slimmer bezels. Here, as here's what the SE1 looked like. This is the iPhone 5, but it is close enough in design where it's nearly the same. And the iPhone 7, for reference, as the flagship they were selling at the time, it's slightly larger and very similar to the iPhone SE2, which is still supported, more based off the iPhone 8 design with the glass back, but they moved the logo down and removed the text that says iPhone at the bottom. The SE3 looks exactly identical to this. It's more internals. You will barely notice anything on the outside, so it'll be really hard to tell the difference between the SE2 and the SE3 in the wild. So wrapping up here, I just wanted to show you the latest news on the iPhone SE and the end of the era that was the Apple home button, from the first iPhone to inevitably the iPhone SE3, where it will die in favor of the buttonless, slimmer bezel display of the new iPhone SE4 and the flagships like the 16 and 16 Pro. With that, I'll be signing off. I will have a new video releasing very soon, so you won't have to wait very long. Not that many of you will be waiting, but goodbye.